number 22 Kansas and West Virginia here in Morgantown, West Virginia. A high noon tip to get a busy day started on Fox. And here are the starting lineups. As we mentioned, for Kansas, Darren Peterson. Will he be able to play a lot of minutes? They've been watching his leg cramps, but last game 32 points against TCU. And then for West Virginia, they have a lot of options, but Honor Huff can really fill it up, and he was tremendous Tuesday in the win against Cincinnati with 24 points and 8 rebounds. $14,000 in this building, and Bill Self, he knows how tough it is to play here. A loss the last time the Jayhawks played in this building, and Bill Self's team 11-4, but all 4 losses to quad 1 opponents, so still a really strong resume right now. And he is opposed by West Virginia and Ross Hodge on the other sideline, who is in his first season here. North Texas head coach the last 2 years. He is a defensive coach, and they have a very good defensive team this year here in Morgantown. Fonz, our first time calling a game here. It's electric.
Indeed. The crowd has been just tremendous. You can feel the energy in the building. One of the older buildings. I love it. It feels fantastic.
And the students, they don't start classes till Monday, but they are here. The student section is full, and off we go. Kansas to have the first possession. And here is Darren Peterson, the talented freshman from Canton, Ohio. Again, the question for Peterson, how will the legs hold up? How many minutes can he give Kansas today? Trey White, the Illinois transfer, into the corner. Tiller, another talented freshman, looking for space.
Good defense by Lorient.
Got to put it up. It's Peterson, but he missed it, and a good start on defense for West Virginia.
Yeah, no dribble penetration available or post for Kansas. Good defensive possession there by West Virginia.
Both teams coming off come-from-behind wins on Tuesday. West Virginia against Cincinnati. And a reverse, but good defense by Flory Badunga.
Badunga did a really nice job continuing to attack that dribble and able to almost block that at its apex.
Speaking of attacking, Melvin Council Jr. is able to get to the line here.
And I think that's going to be an important aspect of this game offensively for Kansas. Anytime they can force West Virginia to miss or they get a turnover, they've got to get out in transition. They have dynamic wings and a point guard who can get to the front of the rim and Council.
Yeah, tempo is going to be key, right, Fonz? Because West Virginia is the 3rd slowest tempo team in the country.
Yes, and they want to grind you out and make you play 3 sides of the floor, and that's why it's going to be equally important for Kansas to get out and run.
Council, the 5th-year senior transfer from St. Bonaventure, gets the Jayhawks on the board. Mentioned West Virginia's come-from-behind win over Cincinnati Tuesday. Kansas, they had a miraculous come-from-behind win. They were down 15 with less than 5 to play to TCU and won in overtime.
Melvin Council Jr. was fantastic in that overtime.
Huge plays, and there's the first bucket for the Mountaineers by Brennan Lorient.
Yeah, talking to Coach Ross Hodge before the game, he felt Brennan Lorient would be the X factor down there. Really poised, very patient on that post up there.
Offensive foul. That's going to be an illegal screen on the big man, Flory Badunga.
Can ill afford Badunga getting in foul trouble because of his rim protection, one of the best shot blockers in the Big 12.
And also one of the best rebounders in the conference as well, number 40. Here's Huff, such a great three-point shooter. He gets one off. He rarely misses, but he does there. Obi Oha! He got a good look. Pinballs around to Floyd.
The defensive rebounding going to be important for Kansas. They switch at times 1 through 5, and you can find your guards down low with the bigger players from West Virginia, and West Virginia can exploit it.
Badunga got his long arm on it. 5 to shoot here. Huff over Badunga, and he got it. One of the best in the country from downtown in Honor Huff.
Dynamic score.
That's his 61st three-pointer of the year, second most in the country, folks. Great pass by Peterson to Badunga.
How about the poise underneath the rim there? Looked like he was going to reverse it. Drew a second guy and able to drop that one underneath. That was pretty.
Now, you think so much about Peterson and his scoring ability, but Bill Self says this kid can do it all.
He's an excellent defender as well.
As Fonz mentioned, projected top 3 pick for sure in the next NBA draft. They say that's a clean block for Kansas.
There's that defense we talked about.
Badunga dropping it off. And White counted, and a foul. What a finish by the senior transfer, Trey White.
And folks, this is what we're talking about. Kansas playing with pace. Forced them to miss a shot, able to get out in transition, and that's an improved area of Badunga's game. Hardly had any assists on the season last year, doing a terrific job as a passer this season.
And not only that, but that was the second foul on one of their senior leaders, Jasper Floyd. So he goes to the bench for West Virginia, as White left the free throw short.
Usually they come in with Chance Moore, number 13 in gold. Talk about a dynamic driver off the bounce. Loves to get to his left hand.
Dangerous pass, and Peterson takes it away. Right to the basket with the left hand. What a move by Darren Peterson. 2
straight possessions now for Kansas. Able to get a missed shot 2 ago, and this one a turnover and out in transition. The Jayhawks are out and running here early.
And on a 6-0 run, Jenkins, the backup point guard, fading away, and he got it to bank in.
That's a tough shot right there.
With Floyd picking up 2 fouls, that means more for number 2, Amir Jenkins. He passes his first test. Peterson long on the 3. Up ahead, there's Chance Moore. You talked about him. Little bully ball, and he will get to the line.
Well, he's so good in transition. He's a downhill left-handed driver and a bully when he gets around the rim. He's right-handed, folks, but he loves to go left and finish left. Able to get in the crease there and draw some contact. Opportunity for 2 free throws here.
Yeah, so it's interesting, Fonz. Chance Moore, he is a righty, but he writes and does a lot of stuff lefty, so he said he feels so comfortable going to his left, and you can see that in his game.
Yeah, so strong. Gives them a tremendous offensive punch off the bench. And with him in the game, this is where West Virginia, you talked about earlier, they like to play at a slower pace. When they can get Kansas to miss, I think they need to get out because he's an excellent transition player.
And he puts the Mountaineers back in front early. Council cutoff, looking for space. Good kick to the corner. 3 on the way, but off the mark that time for Jackson. Oh, dangerous pass. Peterson almost stole it. Eagle staff can fill it up. Tiller down to the ground. What are they going to say? A travel on Kansas and Bryson Tiller. That takes us to our first media timeout. Early action, West Virginia up by a penny. Fox College Hoops is sponsored by Progressive. Progressive Insurance offers 24/7 protection when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle. Well, if you look at the history of this series, Kansas has dominated, but the last 2 games have gone the side of West Virginia, including New Year's Eve in 24 when they were able to eke out a 62-61 win. So the tide's shifting a little bit, but the bottom line is West Virginia understandably has played them much better here at home. This is such a tough place for opponents to come into, Fonz.
It really is. The energy in this building is consistent. The fans love their team, and as a player, you have a tendency to feed off of that energy in the building, so not surprised at all. Partner, we talked about Kansas playing with pace. 6 of their 8 points have come in transition. It's a good start for the Jayhawks.
That is the look that West Virginia wanted, but Honor Huff missed it in the corner.
He doesn't miss too many of those.
It is rare. He's a guy, again, that is second in the country in 3-point makes. Peterson gets a post touch. flying through. What a play by Bryson Tiller to clean it all up.
Talked to Coach Bill Self before the game and asked him who's an X factor for him today. And he said, without question, Bryson Tiller. So talented. Can give them a lot more on the glass, can score in the post, but they need him to be more aggressive and not float around at the three-point line.
Great defense by Elmarco Jackson. Now Peterson, the crowd wanted to travel, but no whistle.
Yeah, I thought he kept that pivot foot down.
I think White was searching for a foul there on that shot attempt, too. West Virginia could really use a win like this. No quad one wins for them yet this year, but this would certainly be one against Kansas today.
Indeed.
But a respectable record at 10-5. Yeah, that one a little short for Chance Moore.
Yeah, Chance Moore, not a great three-point shooter. Only 21% on the year. Kansas will live with that one.
And West Virginia is 1 for 6 from downtown Kansas. Meanwhile, finding some success going inside with Tiller.
That's the Bryson Tiller that Bill Self wants to have. A guy who's not just hanging out on the perimeter, but using that big body and skill to get to the front of the rim as he did there.
Amir Jenkins, backup point guard, got in the air, had nowhere to go, and he turned it over.
It's a really nice job by Darren Peterson, number 22 in blue. Went for the shot fake initially, but then was able to get back into play and alter that shot.
And Fonse say that there was a foul on Darren Peterson, so it is not a turnover for West Virginia. Bill Self strongly disagrees, so does number 22.
Take a look, bit on that pump fake right there and came back. Yeah, he hit him on the arm. That's a good call by the official. They get 96.5% of them right. And every time I challenge it, I'm wrong.
And that was Jeffrey Heines Anderson on the call that time. A straight line drive, but it works for the big man, Harlan Obioha.
Yeah, Kansas is going to allow their bigs to defend the bigs of West Virginia one-on-one inside. And so if you can make a little counter move, you can get to your hook shot in the middle, which is exactly what Obioha did there.
He only gives him 6 points a game, but he's an important physical presence inside. There's a whistle and the first foul on Honor Huff for West Virginia.
He's got to be careful and not be over-aggressive, because if he gets in foul trouble, the complexion of their offense changes immensely.
Well, he just opens everything up.
Yes,
right?
He does.
Paducah trying to get it into Peterson. That's the matchup they wanted, but he left it short.
People forget that Chance Moore 6'6", 6'7", and strong down there. That's not as easy as it looks.
Peterson, the star freshman, 2 points so far. Block extended down inside. Little bump it. Lorient tries to pass it, but Badunga's long arms takes it away.
Kansas' hands have been so active.
Whoa! And speaking of long arms on the other end, Badunga do it on both sides of the floor.
Floyd Badunga, I mean, he's impressive. You see how quickly, how fast he sprinted down the middle of the floor? That's a hard-working kid there, number 40 in blue.
Last year he sat behind the All-American Hunter Dickinson, but now it's his time, and he averages 14 and 9 a game. And there is another takeaway. Trey White hanging and drawing the foul against Jenkins. Back to that alley-oop, though, LaFonso.
Folks, Floyd Badunga does a terrific job of keeping his hands low against any of those little drop passes underneath. And he doesn't relax and sprints the middle of the floor. Melvin Council, one of the best assist men in the Big 12, finds him in the open floor. And Floyd Badunga knows what to do with it when he's around the rim.
Well, West Virginia does not turn it over much, less than 11 times a game, but they already have 5 here, and we haven't even played 8 minutes.
Well, part of that, Brandon, is, remember, Honor Huff, as talented as he is only 5'10", and we've said that's generous. These are some big guards of Kansas. In that starting lineup, their smallest guard is 6'5", so that length distorts passing lanes, and that's what's bothering West Virginia right now.
What are you trying to say about guys that are 5'10", LaFonso?
I love them.
Okay, thank you. Just making sure. I'm a true 5'10", by the way. That's not when I'm standing on a phone book.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
All right.
I just can't keep up with you.
You sure you don't have inserts in those shoes there, big boy?
Jayhawks by 4. Down inside Obioha. ISO with Badunga. And taken away. They wanted another foul, but again, just clean defense. Off-balance shot. Everybody's looking at the officials for a whistle, but they're letting them play a little bit.
Trey White should have given that basketball up. Marco Jackson, number 13 in blue, was wide open at the three-point line to his right.
Mountaineers have turned it over on 3 straight possessions. Lorient forces his way up. The bucket will count, and he goes to the line. And that will take us to the under-12 timeout with West Virginia down a pair.
Yeah, folks, because of all the switching that Kansas does, Lorient recognizes he's got a mismatch. Is patient, poised, gets fouled. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
It's just the same old song.
Listen, it's going to be a great weekend here on Fox.
I didn't see Puka Nacua being the kind of pro that he's been. He's been extraordinary.
Tremendous. And some of these matchups are very intriguing. Certainly Fox has a couple of them.
Yeah.
Glad that we get to start it off today on the college hoop side of things. And this has been neck and neck early here with Kansas up a pair. Working it around now inside, but Dunga couldn't grab it.
It's a bad pass by Melvin Council.
And Moore went all the way to the rim and drew the contact against Jamari McDowell.
Chance Moore has a little bit of Terrence Shannon to him. He's not as explosive as Terrence Shannon, but when he's in the open floor, he's either getting a bucket, getting fouled, or both.
Chance Moore.
He just gives them a different dynamic to their offense because of his ability in the open floor.
So those numbers last game against Cincinnati, you talked about 14 points. And last year at St. Bonaventure, he was teammates with the man right behind him in blue, Melvin Council Jr. Those two got a chance to catch up before the game, but today, this is how it works in college basketball in 25-26. Guys switch around so much, so today they're opponents.
Yeah, indeed. It's like you and me.
That's right.
But Chance Moore has been their most consistent player on the year. Always will give you between 13 and 15 points a game.
But his teammate, Trayson Eaglestaff, is going to be called for the foul here to give the ball back to Kansas.
Full court pressure here coming from West Virginia.
And again, defense is the DNA of Ross Hodge, this head coach for West Virginia, who came from North Texas. His team's historically always good on this end. Over the top, Badunga collects and finishes.
What a nice seal inside and a beautiful big-to-big pass from Tiller.
Recently, Bill Self has talked about playing more through the post, and Kansas right now has 14 of their 17 points in the paint. That's got to make Bill Self happy.
Yes.
Three-pointer drops down by DJ Thomas to tie it.
Yeah, DJ doesn't take a lot of them, but he's now 5 of 9 from 3 over his last 3 games for a guy that shoots 30% from 3.
And a foul. Marco Jackson trying to get into the paint. And they're going to whistle that on Brennan Lorient. Darren Peterson back in. Bill Self trying again to manage those minutes.
Yes.
He's only played in 6 games this year. We know about the cramps, so he can't really keep him on the floor for long stretches of time.
Yeah, he'd rather play him 12, maybe 14 minutes at the most in the first half. See how he's doing so he can have him for the entire second half.
He has been out there for most of the first half to this point. Just a couple of brief spells.
See if they can get it going here.
There is Peterson. Long rebound, though, and they get it back. And then he attacks, and they're going to say that's in the act of shooting. The foul on Obioha.
Foul is whistled on Harlan Obioha. Spurs personal, team foul number 7.
Yeah, Obi Aha just a little bit out of position there on his help. Never really got square to the basketball, and Darren Peterson able to take advantage.
Well, you see those gaudy numbers when he is on the floor, including the 32 points on Tuesday. He hit the 3 free throws to tie it in that come-from-behind win. He didn't even play in overtime
right?
because of the cramps, and he still scored 32.
It's incredible, the efficiency. 50% from the field, 43% from the three-point line. Man, he's almost like a point a minute kind of guy.
And he's a true pro. Certainly on his way to the NBA after this year.
The thing I love about him, he does not take any plays off. Offensive players have a tendency to do that on the defensive end, not Darren Peterson.
Obi Oha grabbing the offensive rebound, and they're going to get a foul on Kansas, and that's 2 on Bryson Tiller, so that's something to monitor with still 9:48 remaining in the half.
He's been able to give them some plus minutes here. We said earlier that Bill Self said he'd been X factor in this game. We saw him able to make a little post move in there and then able to get one off the dribble. That's a pretty big loss there for Kansas.
Yeah, so Bill Self going with a smaller lineup as he brings in Trey White. You got to track this guy. Huff left it short, offensive board. Eagle staff. Yeah, they're cold from deep to start.
Yeah, Eagle staff has just not been able to find the range this year. Only 32% from 3 for him. A guy who's a much better shooter than that.
Yeah, North Dakota, he's a great shooter. And both sides a little cold right now. Honor Huff slipping it in, extra passes, more blocked, but Dunga has been everywhere defensively for Kansas.
And Chance Moore's got to know that when he gets by a guy, that Badunga's coming, right? And so you've drawn 2 to the basketball. Now you've got to be willing to make that next pass, because if you can get it on the other side of the floor, you're 2-on-1 on the other side, and you'll get a higher quality shot. And he's capable.
Breather for Obi Oha, 12 on the timer. And a push. We're going to get a foul on Elmarco Jackson of Kansas.
Elmarco Jackson tried to run through that screen, practically taking Lorian out.
Yeah, well, he did run through the screen, and he also got whistled for his first personal.
Yes.
At the free throw line for Mountaineers, Brendan Lorian, shooting 1 and the ball.
Pretty physical, Fonz. 14 fouls, and now both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the half.
And if I'm these teams, I'm driving it or posting it when I get the basketball on the offensive end. You're in the bonus, able to get some free points at the line. Lorian transfer from FAU, then North Texas. First team All-AAC. 6th man of the year last year as well. Talented player.
Yeah, transferred in with his head coach, Ross Hodge.
Full court pressure here. I'd like to see Kansas try to attack this pressure to get them out of it.
Inside of 5 to shoot. McDowell is going to pull. Almost banked it in. Good defense by the Mountaineers.
Yeah, Kansas was looking for that high-low action. West Virginia did a really nice job of taking it away and forcing them to take a tough shot late in the clock. Well done.
Eagle staff, drive, scoop, score. Well, back and forth we go. West Virginia in the driver's seat. Jackson drive and kick. Peterson in rhythm. There's the first 3 of the game for Kansas.
What an unselfish play by Elmarco Jackson. He could have taken that shot, but decided to put it on the deck, get in the lane, draw 2, and able to kick it out to a wide open Darren Peterson, who calm and coolly knocks that one down.
And leads Kansas in scoring does Peterson with 7 here in the first half. Here he is on defense. Jenkins up top. Lorian lines it up and knocks it down.
5 of 10 for 3 coming in this game over the last 6 games. He's seeing a big basket right now.
Inside, Badunga, flat, got it back, and pads his own stats.
Boy, his second leap is, man, something
it's like
to
a pogo
behold.
stick.
Indeed, so quick.
It's like you when you played here in '92 with Notre Dame.
We took an L. Don't give me that one.
Yeah, but you still had a great team.
That's a bad memory.
It's the only time you've been in this building until today.
That's
so
right.
Hope you're not haunted.
No wins and losses today.
Trey White up ahead. White flushes it down, and Kansas regains the lead.
Yeah, the transition game from Kansas has been really good here in the first half. Now 11 of their 26 points coming on the break. West Virginia's got to find a way to get Honor Huff some easy looks at the basket. Everything that he's had so far has been contested.
And he has just that one bucket. He comes to get it here. And there's his second bucket of the game. Peterson. McDowell open look. Flying back in, Trey White taps it home.
It's Trey White, when he's at the 4 spot, you've got to be aware of where he is because he's such a good rebounder for his size. Excellent on the offensive glass as well. Good timing there.
And Trey White giving him a boost today. He's a great player. He's been around USC, Louisville, Illinois, now Kansas. 4 schools in 4 years for Trey White. He's defending the ball here. Up top, Moore. Yes! The threes are starting to drop.
Because the 5-man of Kansas is dropping deep into the paint, those shots are wide open for the forwards from West Virginia, and they've been delivering so far in this game.
3 straight triples for the Mountaineers. White in the corner. No answer for Kansas. We've already had 11 lead changes. This has been a highly entertaining first 15 minutes. Boy, Huff, he is always hunting his shot.
Yes, he is.
Look at it.
Put so much pressure on your help D. Nice.
Baseline drive and a whistle and a foul. And when we get back, Chance Moore will be at the line.
And folks, Floyd Badunga for Kansas, number 40, is playing deep down in the lane, and that's opening up some wide open opportunities for the forwards from West Virginia. All of a sudden, West Virginia's getting hot from 3, up 2 at home.
West Virginia by 2. They started this game cold from outside, but they have really started to heat up on.
They really have. 49% of its shots are threes. That's 3rd in the Big 12, and patiently starting to knock them down. Their forwards were able to get hot early because of Badunga playing off of them low, and then all of a sudden Honor Huff got it going, coming off a double screen and handoff, able to finally get some airspace and knock it down. West Virginia now 5 of 13 from the 3-point line. They've got it going from there.
Ross Hodge telling us before the game, look, he's new to this program. Also, you've got 0 minutes returned from a year ago, so it's taken them a little bit of time to gel, but he feels like there's a lot of potential with this group.
Yeah, I think guys are starting to get comfortable with their roles. You look at a guy like Chance Moore on the foul line. He knows when he comes into the game to change pace with his ability in the open floor. Honor Huff not only scoring the basketball, but he's been effective at creating plays for others. And when you have those kind of guys that are veteran guys that understand how to play the game, it makes everyone else's job a little easier.
Looking for their first Quad 1 win. They also don't even have a Quad 2 win yet. But the thing is, Fonz, with the Big 12,
yes,
you're going to have, you can look at it 2 ways.
Yes.
It's going to be very tough, but you also have a lot of quality opportunities to get wins.
And that's why you have to take advantage of these opportunities on your home floor against the better competition.
Kansas certainly would be a Quad 1 victory today. How about Velvet Council right down Broadway?
Yeah, a little screen and roll action. Eagle staff never got squared on the basketball, which opened up that angle for him to be able to attack to the rim. Nicely done there by Melvin Council Jr.
Huff looking for separation. Covered up in the corner by Rosario. Shot clock down to 5. Eagle staff on the angle. He doesn't get it dropped, but he will get to the foul line.
What a smart play by Eagle staff. He drove the baseline knowing that Floyd Badunga was coming. Everyone else is trying to challenge him at the top, give a little pump fake to get him up, and wisely goes into the body to give him an opportunity for 2 free throws here. Really high IQ play from Eagle staff.
Transfer from North Dakota, was a big-time scorer there before coming to West Virginia. Vaughn, something to note right now, Tiller's going to come in here. Remember, he's got 2, but Badunga leaves with 2 fouls. So the bigs for Kansas in some foul trouble.
Yeah, you have to decide who is it that you're willing to take a chance with. And Floyd Badunga is so important to he's the defensive anchor for this team. So I think Coach made the perfect decision to put Tiller back in. Not that he's not valuable, but Badunga's more valuable.
We've seen that especially on the defensive end, as you've noted. Council of the corner, extra pass.
Nice.
Up top, little long, and a long rebound. Peterson tapped it to himself.
Got numbers.
And he attacks, and he will get to the line, will Darren Peterson. Our final media timeout of what has been an entertaining first half with 11 lead changes, 6 ties. A Big 12 battle to get this big day started on Fox. All right, Mike, yeah, busy day around college basketball and a great one so far here in Morgantown. This has been an entertaining first half, LaFonso.
It really has. You mentioned earlier how slow of a pace West Virginia plays with, but the thing I love about them is they've been willing to push it early in transition when Kansas gets back. Now they run some clock and try to get something good. And Kansas, as you know, any opportunities they can get in the open floor, they're taking advantage of it.
And again, West Virginia known for their defense. Bill Self was telling us before the game, he thought earlier this year their defense was really good. The last 2 games, though, he says they kind of lost their way, need to get better on that end of the floor.
Well, they were switching 1 through 5, and one of the issues with switching, sometimes you can get lazy with it and either not come shoulder to shoulder and you're kind of pointing, and all of a sudden you become soft. When you switch, you want to impact the basketball, and that's what they've been missing over the last few games.
Lorient.
Nice.
Oh, the Red Sea parted for Brennan Lorient.
Yeah, a little hesitation dribble, and Bryson Tiller, number 15 in blue, never squared him off, and wow, he exploded to the front of the rim.
And he is an elite athlete. Ross Hodge says the best athlete for the Mountaineers.
Well, he's the X factor coming in this game. He's got 11 points here in the first half. He's playing really well. Let's see Kansas get something in the paint.
Peterson going that way. There you go, Fonz. Right to the rim for Darren Peterson.
Yeah, sometimes Kansas can swing that basketball around the horn, and the issue is you don't make the defense come to the basketball. If you get some dribble penetration, you can either get to the front of the rim, draw 2 to the basketball. Now you can swing that thing. That time, Darren Peterson able to get to the front of the rim off of his dribble.
He's got 11, and his legs do not seem to be bothering him so far today. Lorient with a mid-range jumper, and now he's got 13.
Brendan Lorient is in a groove here in the first half.
Peterson off balance, left it short. Getting it back to Lorient. He looks to attack inside. What maybe his easiest look of the day.
Right. It can go that way sometimes.
Council got the bounce.
Yeah, I love it when Kansas is playing with some pace, BG. I think they're better that way. And then when they get to the half court, then look to try to get that thing inside off a screen and roll usually or a duck in.
Well, then that prevents West Virginia from setting their defense.
Indeed. That's now 13 points in transition for the Jayhawks.
This kid is feeling it. Brennan Lorient, what a half. Council. The offense on both ends right now electric.
Well, he said he's the Robin to number 22, Darren Peterson's Batman, and he has been aggressive here looking for his offense.
And they are Batman and Robin today, 2 leading scorers, combining for 19 of the 38 for Kansas. Inside of a minute. Huff got 2 on him, and it's Tiller that takes it away. What a pass. Up ahead. What a block. But the putback goes. After all of that, the great block by Lorient, but Kansas still able to get 2 out of it.
Yeah, I hope Lorient's okay. He hit that stanchion back there and came down really hard. What an athletic play in transition by Lorient.
He appears to be okay, moving a little slow. They're going to take their use it or lose it timeout here with 27 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Bryson Tiller doing a terrific job coming off that screen with his hands, and then Lorient out in transition and able to block that one over the top. Look at the athletic play here. Never gave up on it, and then he hit that stanchion and was slow getting up. Man, he could have given up on this one, but wow. And it looked like Melvin Council Jr. was going to dunk that one. He's been really good on both ends of the floor, scoring on one side, defending on the other, rebounding. And Lorient having himself an afternoon.
I thought this might have been a game that was played in the 60s, just knowing how West Virginia likes to muck it up. But instead, 40-39, and we haven't hit intermission yet.
This also helps when you're West Virginia. You make 6 threes in the first half. They make 9 per game.
There's a 6-second difference here between the game and shot clock. Otter Huff just going to milk the clock a bit.
They'll go at around 8.
Here they go. Huff looking for a screen. He gets it. Steps back. Tries to pass it inside to Thomas, but deflected out of bounds with 6 to play.
Yeah, it was there. But again, these guards of Kansas are really tall. So it distorts your angle or your view angle for making that pass. And a little too much heat on that one, Brandon.
And now Bill Self will take his use it or lose it timeout to set something up. Kansas has played a tough schedule through the early going, and they usually do, but 11-4, all 4 of those losses are quality quad 1 losses. North Carolina, UConn, Duke, and UCF. So the resume, even though for a Bill Self team you may say, oh, 4 losses right now is a lot, it's still in a pretty good spot.
They're in a tremendous spot, and you got to factor in Darren Peterson has missed several of those games as well. And what you don't realize is when you have someone who's a prolific scorer the way he is, it takes a while for your teammates to get used to him and for him to get used to their teammates. And so this is a Kansas team that will be an amazing team in February, assuming he can stay on the floor and not miss any games, because the chemistry will be in place.
Yeah, it's different when he's out there, and he's got it right now. Peterson hoists and hits. That is what Darren Peterson can do, folks. He can be a one-man wrecking crew, and he has 16 to lead Kansas at intermission.
Darren Peterson has been incredibly poised in this game, letting the game come to him. But in late clock situations, you want to get it to your money guy, and a little crossover there to get a little separation, and drills the 3, giving Kansas momentum going into halftime.
A 7-0 run for Kansas over the final 116 to lead it 43-39 at intermission. After the break, out west, Mike Hill, Casey Jacobson in our LA studio. Conference game of the season for both of these Big 12 foes. Kansas up 43-39. Both teams 50% or better. Look at the bottom, 12 lead changes, 9 ties. Very entertaining first half. Brandon Gaud and LaFonso Ellis back with you here in Morgantown. And we came on air talking about Darren Peterson for Kansas, wondering about his health. He's looked really good, and he's pacing Kansas with 16 points.
He really is. He found his rhythm. He's the ability to be able to score at all three levels. We've seen it on full display. The future NBA top 3 pick, knocking down threes, getting to the rack, pull up Jay. And the thing I love about him is he's a willing defender as well. He has 2 steals in this game, and what bigger 3 than the one he hit to give Kansas some much-needed momentum going into halftime. He's been sensational to this point in the game.
Not to be outdone, Brennan Lorient, who averages 10 a game and who missed 2 games ago with a concussion and is trying to work his way back to full speed. I think he's back to full speed.
I would say so. Knocked down some threes, playing in the post, able to get to the foul line as well. He had a magnificent first half.
So settle in for the final 20 here between Kansas and West Virginia. Little push shot from 12 feet, and Lorient continues his big day.
He plays with such great poise. A little fake dribble handoff, able to get to 8 feet and knock that one down.
As Fonz mentioned, he started at FAU, then North Texas with his head coach Ross Hodge, and now Lorient really settling in here as a West Virginia Mountaineer. Second foul there on Eaglestaff. And Ross Hodge talked about just how important it was to get Brennan Lorient and Jasper Floyd to come with him from North Texas for continuity in his system.
Yeah, and each team has a different language, and so sometimes when you're a new guy coming into it and a coach says this, you don't know what they're talking about, and of course it helps with that transition as well. Good late challenge there by Jasper Floyd.
Does go off of West Virginia. Well, just the thought of having 2 players stay with you now in an era where coaches are having to pretty much rebuild a roster every single season, it's a rarity.
Gives you a little bit of continuity.
No trouble getting it in. And Peterson got it back and got bumped on the head. And if that's on Floyd, and it is, that's his 3rd. And remember, Jasper Floyd, their starting point guard, was limited to just 3 minutes in the first half because of foul trouble.
He's so physical, runs the offense, more of a defender than an offensive player, but he certainly sets the table offensively for the Mountaineers.
That puts Peterson at the line, and now he has 17 today. Does Darren Peterson, the National High School Player of the Year last season, and so much hype and expectation on his shoulders.
The Kansas Jayhawks also have Jacques Vaughn, who was an All-American at Kansas, played in the NBA, coached in the NBA, and he's had a tremendous impact on Darren Peterson in terms of his mental approach and some of the skill aspects as well. What a luxury for Bill Self to have a guy of that caliber on his bench.
And for younger folks watching, Jacques Vaughn was one of the best to do it at the college level. He was tremendous.
Nice cut.
Lorient looking for 2 more, but that's clean defense by Tiller.
And Tiller did a nice job of walling up and forcing him to shoot a fall away and then contesting at the end. Well done by 15 and blue.
But then he travels on the other end.
Some of us just aren't able to take compliments.
Just got a little happy with the feet before putting the ball on the deck.
But he's going to be a terrific player for the Jayhawks going forward.
Jasper Floyd staying in there with the 3 fouls. Lorient. Well, they gave him the shot. He left it short, but a foul inside is going to go against Kansas, and I think they've got that on Tiller, and that's his 3rd. So both sides dealing with a bit of foul trouble.
Yeah, Kansas has struggled with that empty side ball screen, especially on the reversal, because the big who's guarding the opposite side big for West Virginia is playing in the paint. And again, that's how some of the forwards, particularly Lorient, has been able to get some wide open 3 opportunities. Kansas fortunate he missed that one.
Obi Oha patient in the post. He lost it as he went up.
Slipped right out of his hand.
Trey White knocks down the triple.
Improved the area of his game. Shooting 42% from 3.
And he can score over 1,200 points in his college career for the native of Dallas, Texas. Largest lead of the game for either side right now at 7. Lorian into the paint. What a rejection by Badunga, his third of the game. Here's White again on the offensive end to Peterson. Tiller over the back, and now that's 4 on the 5-star freshman Bryson Tiller.
And folks, he's only a freshman. He's going to learn, but they need him out there on the floor because of his size, his athleticism, rebounding ability. He can score it. Now all of a sudden you have to downshift and go smaller. Trey White at the 4 spot, which he's capable now at 6'7". But man, uphill learning curve there for the young Tiller.
So how does that impact Kansas when you go smaller?
It doesn't, because Trey White is a bull down there, and he doesn't give up a lot in terms of being able to post him up, but he should be able to create some offense on the offensive end, having a bigger guy, as Eaglestaff knocks down that 3, having a bigger guy guard him out on the perimeter.
West Virginia needed that. They had grown sluggish on offense.
Now 7 made threes for the Mountaineers.
There is Trey White. Another tray for Trey.
And you have to chase him on the offensive end. I mean, he's had some big games this year. 22 against Duke, 20 against Missouri, and 22 against TCU. Number 3 in blue can flat out score it.
Eaglestaff, and now Trey Eaglestaff. So you got Trey on one end, Trey on the other. They're both knocking down Trey.
I like it. I see what you did there.
How about Trey White? That time a little strong.
A little heat check there.
He was feeling it. Now Trey Eaglestaff gives it up. Huff on the drive, teardrop, and the foul. The little fella with a big heart and a big bucket to pull him back within 2.
Otter Huff is a ridiculously relentless scorer and takes on all comers in the painted area, even though he's only 5'10". Man, that was a sick off the wrong foot there, teardrop over the top. Wow.
That's a high degree of difficulty.
Yes, and that's for Badunga, who's 6'10" with long arms, coming over to try to block that one. Well, I love watching this kid play. He's so much fun.
He is Brooklyn tough. He credits that toughness and his confidence to play and pick up at Tillery Park in Brooklyn back in the day, and you can see that in his game out there on the court.
Unlimited range as well.
Yeah, he has what they call in the gym range.
Yes.
Alfonso. Peterson attacks. Oh, he's so strong. He gets in the air and just finds his way to the basket.
He has that aerial body control that he's able to absorb contact while he's in the air and able to maintain poise. Look at this. He's able to maintain poise and keeps his eyes on the basket, which gives him an opportunity to make many of those. He missed that one, but oftentimes it's an and one when he's that close to the rim. I've been so impressed with this kid. We know he can score it, but it's the other things that he does. He's got 2 assists in this game, 2 steals, a complete player.
When sometimes with these freshmen, you see all the talent, but their body needs to develop.
Yeah.
He's got an NBA-ready body.
There's no question about it. I think he ate some fortified cornflakes. That dude's got some shoulders, man.
Wheaties.
Yes.
6'6", 205 is Peterson. He's got another 20-point performance here today already.
Empty side ball screens have been really good for West Virginia. They should stay with it.
Eaglestaff just needs someone to get it to. Otter Huff splits the defenders. Good pass. Thomas, short. Peterson high for the board.
Man, that was a good look.
Melvin Council Jr. And so far for Peterson, he's been able to play regular minutes without any restrictions. Council, yes! And a chance at 3 for the senior. Timeout on the floor as Kansas getting some fluidity on offense.
Indeed, that was a terrific seal on the inside that allowed them to lay that one in. All of a sudden, Kansas getting some separation.
Well, Kansas by 6. Let's go inside the huddle of Ross Hodge. Well, Peterson's one guy, but he's felt omnipresent at times today.
Without a doubt. And what he's suggesting is, Peterson is a dynamic one-on-one player. He's saying, where's the next gold jersey? Where's the third gold jersey to corral him and make him get the basketball up? That comes with early preparation and being able to communicate something that he feels that's been inconsistent amongst this group over the last couple weeks.
And now his team is down 7. This match is the largest lead of the game for Kansas. Amir Jenkins, backup freshman point guard from Worcester, Mass. Down inside. That was a beautiful set to get a look for DJ Thomas.
Yeah, misdirection and a baseline screen by Honor Huff. Beautifully executed out of the timeout. Look.
Thomas, a kid who had committed to play in North Texas for Ross Hodge. When Hodge left for Morgantown, so did he.
Yeah, a little matchup zone look. You got to get that basketball to the paint.
Pretty good ball movement, and Trey White is really heating up. He's got 16.
Yeah, whether it's a matchup zone or a traditional zone, if you can get that basketball in the middle of the floor, not forces help, and you can get some options on the weak side of the floor. That's really well executed there by the Jayhawks.
Eagle staff gets free. Long rebound, gobbled up by Jackson. Into the paint, Council. Peterson, fadeaway jumper. And in the game right now, getting a hand on that, Paul Mbia. Doesn't get a lot of time, but Kansas's bigs are in foul trouble.
I'd like to see West Virginia get back to what they did in the first half. On misses and turnovers, they were getting out and running. All of a sudden, they're back to just slowly bringing the basketball up the floor. Advantage, Kansas.
Council surveys. Jackson gets to the baseline, returns it to Melvin Council. There's Mbia, offensive rebound.
I think that's 9 offensive rebounds now for the Jayhawks.
And Mbia this time, they're going to get him for going over the back. Big 7-footer, the freshman from the Congo.
I thought DJ Thomas, number 5 in gold, did a much better job of backing up. And when you can do that and blocking out, it gives you much more room, and it forces the guy behind you to have to go over the top. Really well done by Thomas. I'd like to see West Virginia play with a little more pace, a little bit too deliberate here in the last 2 minutes.
And as we've discussed, LaFonso, again, they play with a slow tempo, but Ross Hodge, to your point, says there are times where we need to go.
Yes. This is one of those times.
Yep. Eagle staff back to the basket. Trying to get to his spot.
Nice.
Drops it off. Reverse good for Harlan Obioha. He'll go to the line.
Brendan, that is so good. I thought Eagle staff, once he got 2 feet in the paint, should have taken that shot. And I think the defense thought he was too. And all of a sudden you get the opposite big to commit. And what a nice flash underneath by Harlan Obioha. And protecting the basketball with the rim, able to lay that one in. An opportunity for a 3-point play here.
That's 2 quick fouls for Mbia off the bench for Kansas. Well, that's a lane violation, but it won't matter because the free throw goes.
Full court pressure here from West Virginia. Getting some valuable ticks off the clock.
Jackson, flat. Trey White, in and out.
See how slow the ball's coming up? Got to have a quicker advance.
Jasper Floyd limited 5 minutes today due to foul trouble. Trying to get to his spot here. Backing down McDowell.
I like it.
Up and in for Jasper Floyd.
I like it because he's so good posting up, able to back his guy underneath and baiting Kansas to come. One-on-one, able to score at the top. Well done.
Trying to slip that inside, did Jackson, but it's knocked out of bounds. Darren Peterson, Bill Self was trying to get him a couple minutes on the bench to rest him. He's back out there now.
Got down to 12, timeout coming here soon, so he'll be able to take a break.
He comes to get the ball, does Peterson. He's got 20 today. And Trey White is causing all kinds of issues for West Virginia's defense. That's the second foul on Honor Huff.
Yeah, when you put him and you have to slide him down to the 4 spot, even though he's a wing guard, you're not missing anything because he plays with terrific physicality. And again, he's 6'7", so it's not like he's a little guy. Very few teams in the country have double bigs who can take advantage of a guy like Trey White, because most teams play with a more hybrid 4.
And Trey White gets it here. Peterson, catch and release, but that was off the mark from the moment it left his hand.
Never got his feet set, ball never in his hand properly.
Classes don't start until Monday, but the students are here today in full force.
Yes, had several of them on my plane coming in last night from Chicago.
We can feel them. They're right over our shoulders here courtside.
Yeah, back him right back down again and force Kansas to have to decide if they're going to double or allow him to go one-on-one.
One-on-one it is, and Floyd has a chance to tie the game. So patient getting to his spot.
Yeah, sometimes you have to simplify the offense and recognize where the mismatch is. And clearly, Jasper Floyd has a mismatch inside. Bully ball down low. West Virginia back in this game.
Progressive game summary. Progressive gets slam dunk savings today. See that note at the bottom there. West Virginia on a 7-0 run, and they will go to the line to try to tie this thing up, LaFonso.
Well, they found something with Jasper Floyd and have simplified their offense and essentially gone to him as a Charles Barkley back down type, and they've had success on the interior. He scored the first time, this time got fouled, and an opportunity for a three-point play. I love what Ross Hodge is doing right now offensively.
Jasper Floyd, senior point guard, second in the conference in steals. So important to this team, but he does miss the free throw there to tie it. Badunga back on the floor for Kansas with 3 fouls, number 40. He's got it right here. Shot clock at 5. Council gets a screen, goes to work. Obioha rebound.
Good defensive possession there by West Virginia. Didn't allow any dribble penetration deep into the lane.
Kansas has missed their last 7 shots, and they've seen this lead go from 8 down to 1. Mountaineers a chance to grab the lead. Inside, Obioha puts West Virginia in front.
What a beautiful diagonal screen there from Honor Huff, which created that open opportunity for Obioha.
And now a turnover by Kansas. Mountaineers a chance to add to a 9-0 run.
Going right back to it.
But they reverse it out to Eagle Staff.
Kansas finally double teamed him and made him give it up.
Eagle Staff rejected, 4th block of the day by Badunga. 5 to shoot. It'll stay with West Virginia.
Eagle Staff in the first half, when he drove to the lane, gave a little pump fake, able to get him up in the air and draw some contact. That time he pump faked too soon. Badunga threw that stuff out of bounds.
Such a good shot blocker.
Yes, good reaction by number 40 in blue.
So watch the shot clock here. Huff puts it up. Obioha gets the foul on White. And Obioha, the big fella, starting to make his presence felt.
West Virginia doing a really nice job in that half-court execution. Watch Honor Huff, the smallest guy on the floor, setting a little baseline diagonal screen to free up Obioha, able to finish inside. And this is what happens with all of that switching. Now all of a sudden you get your small ball 4 on the bigger center, and Harlan Obioha makes him pay for it inside. 7 feet tall, 260 pounds. Folks, when he came to campus, he was 333 pounds, but he's willing to put in the work. Now he looks nice and svelte, quick, mobile. He's been impressive at points in this game.
Yeah, I say losing all that weight has really helped his agility, his stamina, and you're starting to see that here in the latter stages of this game. Kansas has missed their last 7 shots. Almost turned it over. Council got the smaller defender on him. Slips it to Badunga. And Badunga cannot get it.
Obiaha did a wonderful job of walling up on Badunga and forcing him to take a tough shot over the top.
Honor Huff gets a couple of screens. Nice. Inside, Lorient.
Take your time.
Double comes, kicks it out. Back down inside. Lorient has 18 points today. Looking for 20. Left it short. Got it back. On the reload, Floyd. Timeout, Kansas. Well, Kansas led 59-51, but that was 4 minutes ago. And since then, West Virginia on a 13-0 run, and they have all the momentum right now.
Yeah, been able to do it in a variety of ways, starting with Jasper Floyd, taking advantage of mismatches inside, able to get an and one there. And then a nice little diagonal screen by Honor Huff frees up Obiaha inside. And off an offensive rebound kick out, one of the easiest shots to make from 3 is that step-in 3, and Jasper Floyd drills that from the top. 40% from 3 on the year for him. He's the guy that you want taking that shot.
So Kansas has missed 8 straight fonts. What can Bill Self's offense do here to get back on track?
I think they've got to get back to their middle ball screen action or on the side in an empty side situation with Peterson handling the rock.
Here is Peterson giving it up. Screen for Council. Council will pull. In and out, it's 9 straight misses.
Notice last several possessions, Kansas not able to get anything in the painted area. Everything's been a jump shot.
And they dominated the paint early in this game. Lorient has been the leading scorer today for West Virginia with 18. Slings it across the way. Huff! 16-0 run. Peterson. Reset. Council cut off. Defense is locked in right now for West Virginia. But there's going to be a whistle and a foul on Kansas, or West Virginia rather.
Folks, I love this play here. Brennan Lorient is so patient on his back down. And look at all the help from Kansas in the painted area. And now he just throws it on a dime to one of the deadliest three-point shooters in the country. Honor Huff steps in and drills that one from 3. He's a 41% three-point shooter. 60 of his 70 makes on the season are from 3.
Yeah, you know what he's going to do, and when he gets it, it's usually going up.
The half-court execution by the Mountaineers has been superb over the last 6 minutes.
Now they have flipped the switch. Where is Kansas going to get their offense right now?
Got to get in the paint.
Trying to. 5 on the timer. White in the lane. And finally, the lid off the basket.
That's the first time that they've been able to get into the paint, not only once, but twice on the possession. And when you can do that, the defense breaks down, and you can get some easier looks at the basket. Well done there by Trey White, number 3 in blue.
Trey White now with 18.
Back down game here.
Double comes. Moore, the Atlanta native, driving it. Badunga, another block. Give him 5 now today.
It is incredible, the ability to be able to wall up while being able to extend the block shots. Man, he's been incredible tonight or this afternoon.
Such a presence in there. 6'10", 240.
Nice.
Drive and kick, corner 3, off the mark. So Kansas led by as many as 8, but right now West Virginia by 6. looking to add to it inside his 7 to play.
And Kansas has got to get some stops and get back in the open floor.
How about that step back, but Huff couldn't get the shot off.
See the ground he covered on that step back? That was sick.
He lets it fly. Count it! A chance at 4 for number 3. Morgantown is up for grabs. Largest lead for the Mountaineers. They're on a 19-2 run. Honor Huff. You got to honor him from outside, but right now they're having trouble keeping track of him.
Boy, this kid is absolutely explosive on the offensive end, using that quick speed to get out in the lane and a little finger roll over the top. And if you give him any room, it's too much room out on the perimeter. The ability to be able to stick it with deep range. 8 of his 14 points have come here in the second half, and they've needed it from him. Well, he's a fan favorite, and you can see why. Man, that kid is electric. Can shoot those threes off the bounce, step back, or off the catch and shoot.
And the energy you see that he plays with, it's contagious. The fans just thrive off of it. 4-point play for Huff, and now it's a 10-point lead for West Virginia.
We talked about early on how Ross Hodge has simplified the offense by looking for the mismatch. Look, Honor Huff is 5'10". And the taller guards out there, he has to be guarding one of them for Kansas. I'd like to see them do the same thing, to post him up inside.
Yeah, they haven't really done that. That ball is out of bounds, and they say it was not deflected. Wade Jeffrey Anderson says it was deflected. He comes in and changes the call.
I was shielded from that one, couldn't see it.
They just showed the replay on the video board at 14,000. No surprise they disagree here in Morgantown.
Fans were asking for the challenge.
They're not going to do it. Both teams have that challenge. Drive and kick, open 3, but off the mark for Jackson. Over these last 7 minutes, Kansas has gone stone cold. Less than 6 to play. Huff. Step back fader. Offensive rebound, Thomas.
He tripped a little bit as he was in his little step back, which disrupted his rhythm.
Jasper Floyd's had a good second half. Off to Thomas, gets it back. 5 to shoot. Down the lane. 2 more, and it's a 12-point lead.
The Mountaineers are just scouting out mismatches and abusing Kansas right now on the offensive end.
3-pointer drops down. That's the first minutes and the first shot of the game for Jaden Dawson.
Yeah, Eaglestaff and Lorient didn't communicate on that one that they were supposed to switch. And you can't give him much room, and he confidently drills that one from 3. Not a great 3-point shooter on the year, but he has the capability of knocking him down. He shot that one with a lot of confidence. Bully ball here again from Jasper Floyd.
And this is what they've been doing with Floyd, just getting to his spot. Oh, he almost traveled. No whistle. Eaglestaff inside, blocked out of bounds with just 0.6 on the shot clock.
Trey White is an incredible athlete. Most people, that would have been a layup, but he's got quick twitch muscles and able to get to that one very quickly.
We'll be monitoring this down the stretch. Darren Peterson, again, continual cramp issues this year. Right now, he's on the bench. When he's been on the floor, he's been fantastic.
He has. Probably waiting to the under 4 timeout to get him back out there on the floor.
Quick release, but Huff missed it.
He rushed that one. I like it.
Trey White. He attacked but missed. Rebound West Virginia.
But it's one of the few times here in the last 6 minutes that we've seen Kansas get out and run and try to attack early. He missed it, but I like it.
Honor Huff with the ball. Smallest guy on the floor. He also has 6 rebounds to go along with all those threes he's hit. Eaglestaff into the paint. In and out.
Kansas is dodging some bullets right now. They have no ability to contain the dribble drive.
Both of these teams trying to avoid dropping to 1 and 2 in conference play early. A bump on the baseline. If that's on Floyd, it's his 4th foul, and it is on Jasper Floyd. Timeout on the floor. Kansas led by 8, but right now the Mountaineers in control. Virginia up 73-64 with inside of 4 minutes to go. And Bill Self's team, LaFonso, first half dominated inside. Different story in the second half.
Yeah, West Virginia has kept them out of transition, taking away any easy opportunities, and they packed the paint and kept Kansas and guards from being able to turn the corner and get down the painted area. This is where Bill Self misses having one of his former bigs who had the ability to be able to go down to the block and get them the bucket. Floyd Badunga, that's not his game. He's more of a screen and roll guy who can play behind the defense and gets lobs inside.
Yeah, between the two bigs, Badunga and Tiller will float around the arc, but just 12 points. They've also had some foul trouble tonight or today.
And I think Kansas has missed out on some opportunities to be able to play a little bully ball with Honor Huff. He's 5'10", and he's guarding dudes who are 6'3" or better out there on the perimeter.
Jackson does get both at the line to cut into that deficit.
Full court pressure here from Kansas.
Well, that was almost a 5-second call.
Got to get it over that back line in the attack. You got numbers.
2-on-1, but Eagle staff's going to hold it up.
Really good hustle by Jaden Dawson, #1 in blue, getting back and taking away what would have been an easy lob dunk.
Dawson, #1, doesn't get a ton of minutes, but getting some run here in the second half in a key spot. Peterson is still out for the Jayhawks. No at the rim for Brennan Lorient.
It's a really nice dive by Trey White, #3 in blue, walling up and making him take a tough shot.
Council off the mark. And you know, Fonz, we thought we would see Peterson back out there at the under 4 minute timeout. You wonder if those cramps are bothering him again over there. 10-second call. So Kansas forces the turnover.
With all of the ball handlers out there on the floor right now, Eagle staff, Jasper Floyd, Honor Huff, they should be able to dissect that thing, get it over half court and attack.
Speaking of attacking, there goes Jackson, and he's going to get back to the rim. And 2 at the line.
Brendan, much better spacing here from Kansas, which allowed him to be able to get down the lane. Eagle staff never squared off the basketball. He could see it, attacked the high foot, and got right past it. And this is what you want to do late, is put yourself on the foul line, because when you're down on the road or down even at home, the clock's your enemy, and being able to put some points on the board without the clock moving, vital for the Jayhawks.
4th foul on Lorient.
Brandon, I've seen it a lot recently. Team being more aggressive early, and then late they start playing possession and allow a team to get back into it. West Virginia's got to continue to be aggressive.
Bill Self did just go to Peterson and say, get in the game. So he is at the scorer's table waiting to come in at the next whistle. In the corner, Lorient wide open. Did not get the bounce. Obi Oha, though, sticks it home. A double-double for Harlan Obi Oha, 10 and 10. Jackson up top. Now Trey White, he's had a big second half. Forces the issue and does not get the whistle. Boy, Kansas needs Darren Peterson out there right now.
Indeed, the shot quality right now for Kansas is very poor.
And a bump and a foul with 2:21 remaining. Both teams in the bonus the rest of the way.
Yeah, and folks, because of all the switching that Kansas does, now your big is away from the basket, and it leaves your guards down underneath with a big monster down there in Harlan Obi Oha. It's 7 feet tall, 260, and he just abuses the guards down on the interior.
Well, there is Peterson. We'll see what he has left in the tank. And he didn't play in overtime last game. The game before the loss against UCF, he didn't play in the final 11 minutes because of those cramping issues. Huff knocks down the front end. And again, for West Virginia, folks, this would be huge. They do not have a quad 1 or a quad 2 victory this year. They need something right now on their resume.
And again, when you're playing in whatever conference, being able to control your home floor, and when you're playing in a tough Big 12, being able to get some wins on your home floor, important.
Well, they're 2:20 away from doing it. Trey White brings it back out. Nice. Now Badunga. No touch yet for Peterson. Until now, lets it fly, and Darren Peterson delivers.
Yeah, the dive to the basket by Badunga took the help side defender with him and opened up that shot, wide open shot for Peterson.
23 for Peterson. Kansas not done yet. And West Virginia, Ross Hodge telling them, hey guys, we are in no hurry here. Floyd, the point guard, looking to attack Jackson. Spins, drops it off, and a foul on White after a beautiful feed there from Jasper Floyd.
How good has Jasper Floyd been here in the second half? We've seen him post up nice, showing terrific poise off the bounce in the lane. He can feel Badunga coming over. Obiaha steps in behind it. Trey White's late getting to it and able to draw a foul and get to the foul line. The half-court execution offensively from West Virginia has been absolutely superb here in the second half.
In the first half for the Mountaineers, LaFonso, we talked a lot about Brennan Lorian, and rightfully so, but Floyd and Obiaha, really big second half.
Well, able to take advantage of some mismatches, and Obiaha able to get on the offensive glass as a result of the switching.
But he does struggle some at the line.
Yeah.
Under 60% on the season.
And Jasper Floyd has been magnificent with his post-up play against the guards of Kansas.
Got the second, 8-point game. Kansas needs to get buckets pretty quickly. On the attack, Dawson. Weak side, Trey White offensive board, but he stepped out of bounds.
And Brandon noticed no Peterson on the floor for the Jayhawks.
He was out there, he hit that three, and then right back to the bench. And clear as day, White stepped on that baseline. I know for Kansas fans it's frustrating, but this is what it's been. It's Peterson out there, then Peterson on the bench. When is he going to be available? When is he not? And right now in the critical moments, he's sitting. Floyd trapped. And a timeout. West Virginia's bench calling that with 1:10 remaining.
And BG, it really does impact your chemistry out there on the floor. We said earlier, when you have a guy going in and out of the lineup, it takes a long time for you to figure out where he likes the basketball on the floor and where for him to figure out where you like the basketball on the floor. And so it's not an excuse or anything like that, but it is very real.
Well, and after this game for Bill Self's crew, it does not get any easier, and it's not going to this year in the Big 12. But you've got Iowa State Tuesday, and then Baylor, Kansas State, a couple of those games on Fox. BYU also top 10 in the country. They're coming up at the end of this month. And on the other side for West Virginia, they have number 7 Houston on Tuesday. Night after night in this league this year, it is going to be a battle.
Without a doubt. Kingston Flemings, as we talk about freshmen, man, he's having an amazing year for the Houston Cougars.
They look like a contender again.
Yes.
Huff, they got to get it across. And they just do. Thomas trapped.
Gonna try to tie the basketball up here. Don't need a foul yet.
Finds his way out of it. Eagle staff to the line with 55.5 to play.
That's the one thing you can't allow to happen when you double team that way in the trap. You can't allow the offensive player to be able to see and step through. Nice reverse pivot to get out of that pressure from DJ Thomas. Opens up the rest of the floor, and nice attack to the rim by Eagle staff.
He doesn't shoot a ton of free throws, but pretty good at it, over 70%, knocks down the first. Obi-Oha returns. Kansas led by 8, 59-51. West Virginia flipped a switch, and they have taken control ever since. It's a double-digit lead inside of a minute.
Now you try to get an early, quick opportunity, high-quality shot. Miss or make, you got to get into a trap, see if you can trap it and get a steal quickly.
But the shots have not been falling for the Jayhawks in the last 10 minutes. And we'll see if they even elect a foul here. Yeah, they do. But that window of opportunity is closing for the guys from Lawrence.
What a collective effort tonight by the Mountaineers. We had Brennan Lorient going off in the first half. Honor Huff got it going in the second. Trey Eaglestaff has been able to make some nice shots here in the second half. Harlan Obi-Oha has been absolutely terrific on that glass.
And it looks like Ross Hodge and the Mountaineers are going to get their first Quad 1 victory here today, and a Big 12 victory over Blue Blood Kansas. That matches the largest lead for West Virginia. Looking for quick points, so Marco Jackson. And Bill Self take a timeout. These two programs, all of their meetings have been since West Virginia came into the Big 12 in 2012, and Kansas has really dominated this series. But here in Morgantown, West Virginia is 7-4 against the Jayhawks. So something about this building, and you feel the energy in here, it really gives these guys a little bit of juice.
Yeah, it really does. You and I could feel it when we walked in. It was palpable. And these fans, man, going all the way back to my day, we lost our game in here because this place was packed and the fans were right on top of you. And, man, they impact this in a real way, and the Mountaineer players can feel it.
And a technical foul was just assessed to Kansas. Bill Self with a technical foul, and obviously at this point very slim chance Kansas could come back, but that might be the icing on the cake as Huff goes to the line and calmly knocks it down.
You got to give a lot of credit to West Virginia's defense as well for a team that dominated the painted area on the offensive glass and in transition. They absolutely shut that off here in the second half. Loading up to the basketball, the communication on the weak side has been tremendous. Terrific defensive effort by the Mountaineers.
It's been a rocky start to Big 12 play for Kansas. They lose to UCF. They have to come back from down 15 late to beat TCU, and now they're going to drop to 1-2. Game a keep away, and they get it in the front court. We'll see if they foul. They do, and Huff will go back to the line. He already has 21 to lead West Virginia, and a chance to add to it for the senior Honor Huff.
Yeah, it's tough when you put an 80% free throw shooter on the line.
Well, LaFonso, the other thing for West Virginia, when they have won this year, oftentimes they're winning low-scoring games. They only give up 60 points a game. Ross Hodge probably encouraged that his team is putting up almost 90 here against Kansas.
Yeah, I thought they were very opportunistic in this game when they were able to get turnovers, miss shots, and they felt they could get out in transition early and look for early opportunities. But when they didn't have it, they settled down and made Kansas have to guard two sides of the floor.
Jackson hits a three, but It's going to be too little too late for the 22nd ranked team in the country. And Ross Hodge is going to take a timeout with 14 seconds remaining.
These are great teaching moments for your kids, late game scenarios. And so most people at home may be wondering, why would he call a timeout up 11? And these, again, late game execution is going to be important. You find yourself throughout the course of the season down 1, up 1, and your ability to be able to execute well, it will be important.
Little Curt Cignetti in him. Curt Cignetti and the IU Hoosiers football team up 50. You look over, he's angry. Ross Hodge says, we're not done yet, boys.
Exactly.
We're not done yet.
Continually building, teaching and building.
These guys have been tremendous. It was Lorient in the first half, and Honor Huff has really stepped up as well.
Really balanced effort for West Virginia. 4 guys in double-figure scoring this afternoon.
It's going to be 3 straight wins in this series for the Mountaineers over the Jayhawks. Final seconds. 14,000 on their feet in Morgantown as West Virginia takes down Kansas. And LaFonso, those final 10 to 12 minutes, West Virginia really turned it up on both sides and took over this game.
They really did. And I thought going to Jasper Floyd and allowing him to be able to use his back down game and forcing Kansas to have to make a decision. They decided to let him go one-on-one early, and he was able to score, got an and-one opportunity. Then they started to double. He was able to kick it around the floor. They were able to get some easy opportunities, knocking down threes, and Obiaha was terrific on the offensive glass.
What a way to start a great day here on Fox. NFL playoffs coming up as well. Then later on, more hoops tonight. Just settle right there on your couch. Get comfortable. Get something cold. Thanks for watching, folks. For our producer, Brad Weimer, director Dustin Denny, and our entire crew. LaFonso Ellis to my right. I'm Brandon Gutton saying thank you for watching College Hoops on Fox. So long, everybody.